And here is the Artist's Almanac for January 27, 2018. It's the birthday of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, born on this day in Salzburg, Austria, in 1756. Mozart showed prodigious ability from his earliest childhood. Competent on the keyboard and violin by age 3, he began composing and performing for the royal court by the age of 5. At 17, Mozart was engaged as a musician at the Salzburg court, but grew restless and traveled in search of a better position. While visiting Vienna in 1781, he was dismissed from his Salzburg position, but chose to stay in the capital where he achieved fame but little financial security. During his final years in Vienna, he composed many of his best-known symphonies. Concertos, and operas, and portions of the Requiem, which was largely unfinished at the time of his early death at the age of 35. He composed more than 600 works, many acknowledged as pinnacles of symphonic, concertante, chamber, operatic, and choral music. He's among the most enduringly popular of classical composers, and his influence is profound on subsequent Western art music. Beethoven composed his own early works in the shadow of Mozart, and often made musical nods to Mozart through his compositions. In the words of Joseph Haydn, posterity will not see such a talent again in 100 years. He was half right, and only off by another 127 years. It's also the birthday of Soviet and American dancer, choreographer, and actor Mikhail Baryshnikov, born in Riga, Latvia in 1946. After a promising start at the Mariinsky Ballet in Leningrad, Baryshnikov defected to Canada in 1974 for more opportunities in Western dance. After freelancing with many companies, he joined the New York City Ballet as a principal dancer to learn George Balanchine's style of movement. He then danced with the American Ballet Theatre, where he later became artistic director. Baryshnikov began his ballet studies at the age of 11, and 2 years later won the top prize in the junior division of the Varna International Ballet Competition. He joined the Mariinsky Ballet, which was then called the Kirov, in 1967, dancing the peasant pas de deux in Giselle to great acclaim. On June 29, 1974, while on tour in Canada with the Mariinsky, Baryshnikov defected by eluding his escorts long enough to sneak out of the theater's back door to a waiting vehicle. He was whisked away to a country house north of Toronto while the necessary papers for his defection were prepared. Baryshnikov is often cited along Nijinsky, Nureyev, and Vasilyev as one of the greatest ballet dancers in history, and at age 69 is still dancing, while tending to his experimental arts organization in Hell's Kitchen, the Baryshnikov Art Center, which provides support and performance space to dancers, choreographers, filmmakers, actors, musicians, and visual and performance artists. I wanted to make New York more accessible for young artists from around the world, he explained to Vanity Fair in 2017, and when asked if the arts can still help to heal our divided nation, always, he replied, without hesitation. Thanks for listening. Be kind, do good work, and until next time.